Police are searching for suspects involved in an armed robbery of visiting international students at a school in Mamelodi, just east of Pretoria. Armed suspects robbed students and two professors of personal belongings. A school employee was assaulted during the incident. Reporter Leranzo Temba is tracking that story and joins us now live from the area. Leranzo, quite a bit of head scratching going on around the story. Obviously, first of all, can you give us the latest just in terms of the well-being of this group of students and their professors?
Well, that's what the police are trying to establish, really, as to which countries they come from, first of all, and of course what has become of these students who I can imagine are deeply traumatized. We were speaking just shortly before with the AMC of Community Safety, Karen Mayer, who has said that the Tshwane Metro is lending their support to the students if need be. But we also understand that younger pupils from this school behind me are also quite traumatized by the incident that took place yesterday at around midday, where we understand that about 5 to 6 gunmen made their way inside Viva Foundation School here in Lusaka Township in Mamelodi West, or rather East. And they basically just got away with laptops, personal belongings, cameras, as well as passports and US dollars from these international students. But what's the story without an eyewitness, right? We do have a teacher who experienced all this trauma, who was willing to speak to us, but not being identified. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us this morning. You have told me that you were in the school when this incident happened. But before you start with that, tell us about the purpose of the visit of these international students. We know that they were on an outreach program. What does this outreach program entail usually?
Yes, these learners, they used to come here to assist us. Sometimes they can come here and make a garden, and then sometimes they come here and see how we do things here at Viva. And then it looks like this thing is a good thing to them, because they don't stop to come. Always they come here. But when they are here, normally they assist us in the class. Sometimes they are doing teaching. Right. They can come and give them the lessons to teach the learners, and then others they go to the kitchen. Others they want to know about the administration of this school. So they are doing many things.
Right. So you said that this is something that happens quite often, but yesterday's visit was very different. Yeah. Tell us about what happened when the students, the 19 students and the two professors, came into the premises. What was different about this visit?
Yesterday, because even the management, they didn't tell us that there will be people who are coming here as teachers, but because we expected visitors every month. They used to come every month, every week. But for yesterday, they didn't tell us that there is some people who will visit us here.
What did you see?
Huh?
What did you see?
Yesterday? Yes. When the students come in, they come in, and then when they are about to enter grade 1 class, and then people just produce their guns and point them and order all of them to lie down, and they lie down, and then they took everything, school bags, cell phones, laptops, and they took everything and they went out. So once they are out now, before they go in their car, they shoot several bullets and they shoot one of the community member. And then the time when they are robbing inside, they hit one of the teachers at the head with the gun, and then she's also injured.
What about the little girls and boys that you're teaching in grade 1? What happened to them? I mean, they obviously saw all of this.
Yes, they saw everything, more especially grade 1s. They were so traumatized because they were crying. Half of the class, they were crying after these incidents. And then you can see how serious it is. They were crying, most of the learners. So even now, some, they are not at school.
So deeply traumatized, I can imagine. But you as a teacher in this school, were you not afraid for your own life?
We were afraid because, like myself, they told me that I must just stand like that. I mustn't go anywhere. So it's like I was just standing, but I watched and I can see I watched everything that was happening. But what they told me is that I mustn't move. You see, so I stand like that until they finish their job and they run away.
You also seem to believe that the students were followed into the premises because the attack happened shortly after they arrived here.
Yes, once they arrived the premises, within 1 minute, the incident happened. So it's like they entered with them. The time when they entered the premises, we didn't know which one is a student, which one is not, because they were all in the same age. So we didn't identify them. So, but we just realized after they produced their guns that now they are not the student members.
Thank you so much for talking to us. And just lastly, how many men did you see with guns?
It's about 3, but others were around here in the premises. So I saw 3 of them. So I didn't see others having the guns, but 3 of them I'm sure about.
Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Okay.
There you have it, just giving us really, blow-by-blow details of what he saw. This is a student, rather a teacher at Viva Foundation, who was telling us about what transpired yesterday when the 19 international students as well as 2 professors were robbed of their personal belongings. What we also understand is the fact that the getaway car was a quantum vehicle that had no registration numbers. And what's quite interesting is that since we've been standing outside this the school, we're seeing a lot of quantum vehicles that are making their way, such as this one here. So it's going to be quite a tall order for police to find the exact quantum vehicle that was used as a getaway car. But of course, police are calling out for anyone with information that could lead to arrests. We also know that detectives have been tasked to investigate this crime, and so with that, over to you.
Leranzo, before I let you go, it might be a bit difficult to answer this question right now, but what do we know about that specific area in Mamelodi? Is this the kind of thing that's happened there before?
Look, Lusaka Township, rather informal settlement, does have a reputation for being quite rough. And this school here prides itself of actually taking children who come from underprivileged homes and giving them a better start in life. Just raising those building blocks and giving them an education that they could really, come out of these dire conditions. Look, Lusaka Township, or rather informal settlement, as I said, is an informal settlement, and it is one of the the rough areas of Mamelodi West. So as the eyewitnesses explained to us, what the reason for the visit was really not only just to assist in the school, but to also learn from the school how they've managed to basically have this enclosure of where they are teaching children who come from really terrible circumstances and conditions and helping them to be better adults.
We're going to leave it there for now. Thanks so much for that insight and that update. Reporter Leranzo Temba reporting to us live there from Pretoria.